Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Week 2 podcast. I'm Sam, and with us we have Rob. How's it going, Rob?
Yeah, it's going fair to Midland. Sam, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
That's exciting for a Wednesday.
Yeah, and it's a good week too. And from what I understand, waivers been going without any hiccups. Nobody's complaining like last year. So that's a
I've
good
been
thing.
ignoring everybody's complaints as just like last year,
Oh,
so everything is
there
going
we
just about as
go.
normal.
There we go. Because you guys all read the instructions, I assume. Good week. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our current standings right now, Rob. It's only week 2, but let's look at Conference 1 real quick. High Rollers undefeated there. Heart Foundation coming right up, and TB12 the Great 1-1 with the bag in the bat 0-2. And then
Yeah.
for the Wind division, El Oso Verde at 2-0, Wolfpack at 2-0, and Autumn Wind and Kelly Panthers at 0-2. Anything surprise you there?
Nope, none at all.
Uh,
Playing out just about like the draft. Yeah.
Yeah. Points wise, Heart Foundation 329 points, while the Autumn. I'm sorry, points against. That is points against I'm looking at.
Man, that's an
Damn.
exciting.
Damn,
These teams really need to get their defenses going.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We don't want to dwell on that, but I think there is something to that later in the year that if you start seeing somebody that's like 6-2 that has the most points against, you're going, man, you're a dominant team. But then you see somebody that's like 6-2 that nobody's scoring on.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
So no, it's pretty much playing out as I expected there.
Yep. And let's
go.
go.
Called the grade. It's that division, the Earth division, is pretty good.
Yeah. Now let's go to Conference 2 here. Fire and Water. Savs at 1-1. Straight LA 1-1. Golden State Heavyweight 1-1. Gangrene 0-2. And
man, it sounds like we played 2 games, so therefore everybody has got a combination of wins and losses at equal 2.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And then in the Water division, Degenerate Bastard 2-0, New Denver 2-0, and Ninja Assassin 1-1, and Raunchy Nuggets, the defending champ, is 0-2.
So about the only thing here is Scott and I go out to lunch every Thursday so we can sit there and commiserate about our 0-2 start. Let's see. Oh, he's got 100 more points allowed than me, though, so he's obviously better. So, there you go.
There you go. Well, it's still early, the division standing. I just wanted to go over it real quick. But let's go to our very first matchup here. Let me pull that up. Degenerate Bastard versus Raunchy Nuggets. Just a real quick rundown. Real good. Deshaun Watson had a good comeback there. Chicago Bear defense. Good Lord, Rob. Can one person make that much of a difference there on their defense? With Khalil Mack.
Well, I mean, that defense was playing real well beforehand, and I mean, obviously adding Khalil Mack in. The good news is you get to hear about Khalil Mack going from the Raiders to the Chicago Bears twice every single week now, both in the Raiders game and in whoever Chicago's playing. So. I mean, he's a good player. I mean, that was a good defense last year. It's gotten better this year. The quality they've been playing to this point too. Green Bay obviously is great, but when Aaron Rodgers was back on the field, they were nothing special in the second half. But Seattle, man, it's a shell of their former selves. But
yes.
Russell Wilson looked great though. And who played in this game? Raunchy Nuggets was propped up by a Kirk Cousins performance. Other than that, it was completely mundane and uninteresting. Degenerate Bastards has a really good team. He finally got something out of Deshaun Watson. He played 2 weeks in a row going single quarterback, 2 weeks in a row, 2-0 now. When we bring back the flex limits next year, which we will be bringing back the flex limits next year, is the plan. He'd be styling right now.
Yeah.
So he's got a powerhouse team. It's good. I played him last week, and it's a week where they obviously you're going to get those weeks with Kamara where they're going to limit him, and they used him an awful lot in week 1. You can kind of tell they didn't want to use him a ton in week 2, and he had kind of a down game. And it's everything will get better there when Ingram gets back. Nice looking team, man.
Yeah.
The team. Raunchy Nuggets really should have been as close as he was, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just because of Kirk Cousins, and that surprised for me next year with the flex limit because I love rolling out 2 QBs, especially with Mahomes and Rodgers now.
I know, and it's weak. It's goofy, and we're better than that in this league to play just everybody running 2 quarterbacks out there every week. Honestly, I despise the fact that we had to get away from it by going to software.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's coming back. I'm already working with the developer. So
Oh,
if
cool.
not, I'll be straight up honest. I'll just remove the flex on the quarterback. It's cheese, man. We
Yeah.
got to play a little. We got pros in this league. Running two quarterbacks out there is goofy. But
Yeah,
right
I
now,
got
that's the
you.
rules, and we're going to live with them.
All
So.
right, you guys. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's go to our next matchup. Your matchup: Golden State Heavyweights versus Gang Green. Rob, what happened?
Well, what happened is we're going to save time and move on since we kind of short-chilled straight LA and everybody next week. This week, I overthought a Jacksonville start and got beat by a team that started backup running back, and there's literally nothing else to waste everybody's valuable time with this game. This was a crap fest, and let's go on to the next
Right,
game, Sam.
106. Yes. Let's go to high scoring game here. Straight LA versus Savs, 183 to 177. Real close game, high scoring game.
Now these are the games we should be talking about, you
Yeah.
know. So I mean, this is a good game right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what I'm thinking when you're going through the standings there is it's already too early to call this a two-team race, and it may be. But these two teams put on a show, 183-177, Roethlisberger against Kansas City. I mean, one thing about Kansas City, I'm sure everybody's noticed by now that Patrick Mahomes is a god, and their defense is the anti of God.
Yes.
So, you know, it's 58 points right there, Sam. And Stafford finally got on track and looked pretty nice out there. The biggest concern I'm thinking for straight LA and what he do is David Johnson. Arizona looks horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And Savs, I doubt this one holds up as the bad beat of the year.
Yes, last week was 170.
177.
Yeah, last week was 170, and this is 177.
Yeah, I mean, usually we're going to get into the 200s here. So I doubt it holds up. This is just it. This is the luck of the fantasy schedule right here, and they both put their best guys out there. And even with the flex limit league, I'm assuming that's when you run your two quarterbacks out there anyway. So these guys, they put on a show.
Yes.
40 points out of Cam Newton, 44 out of Todd Gurley. He's about. God, to be honest with you, Sam, he's about as automatic as the number one as I've seen in quite some time. Coming out of the draft, he just seemed to be head and shoulders above everybody else, and he's playing like it right now.
Yes, I am still salty about him, so there you go. You know
well, I mean, you had to draw the card that said one to get him. What are you going to do?
No, I'm salty because 2 years ago I drafted him with a second overall pick, and he stunk up that year.
That was Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher stunk up the league for many years and kept the job. I think it was all based on the walrus-like mustache, you know.
And the Hard Knocks curse. That's all it was. The Hard Knocks curse.
I think it was just the curse of Jeff Fisher's a mediocre coach who went to the damn Super Bowl against the Rams and played really close back in 2001 or something.
Yeah.
So other than that, the guy never did anything the rest of his career. So hey, great game for straight LA. He's got a nice team there.
Yes.
It can put up points. It was a big win for him. And Savs, he's stacked. He'll be back. So this is the kind of division game. That's why we moved it to 2-3-4 anyway to begin with, because nobody's on bye those weeks.
Yes.
And we feature those games here, and this is the kind of game we're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Not like Gang Green and Golden State Heavyweight. So
let's go to the next matchup: El Oso Verde versus Autumn Wind. A lot of points for El Oso there, 190. Leading the way, of course, like we just talked about, Patrick Mahomes for 60 points.
Patrick Mahomes obviously has arrived, and to the surprise of basically nobody, he's looking great. Pittsburgh's a mess right now. I'll tell you honestly, the thing that stands out in this game is a great week from El Oso Verde. Autumn Wind, dude. This is some roster management issues right here. I'm looking at 132 points on the bench, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I see that too.
42 out of Matt Ryan, 41 out of Stephon Diggs, and 30 out of Travis Kelce. And I'm thinking, you got better options than Stephon Diggs and Travis Kelce? And those options are never called Kenny Stills, man. Golden Tate I like. It's a rookie thing here, and we like it. But, I mean, that's rough to leave that many points. This could have been your bad beat of the year. El Oso Verde ran it up there. He's going to continue running up there with Mahomes and Stafford. Remember, this is a game he played without, his star running back there, Fournette. And Antonio Brown continues to do his clown show. I mean, I think we're all getting kind of sick of that by now. And I mean, has there been a team in recent memory outside of like the Patriots that you've enjoyed just see go down more than the Pittsburgh Steelers?
That's a mess over there. Tomlin's losing the locker room.
Tomlin never had the locker room. Tomlin, the fact that they even had done as well as they did is in spite of him, not because of him. And I think the team recognizes that. It's just a mess. And, and Antonio Brown, I mean, he's kind of been exposed as a me guy. I mean, it's a team full of me guys, but whatever. A.J. Green Thursday night is like, it seemed like a million years ago, but, man, that was, that was a hell of a first quarter, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy for him. But, on a win, like I said, first year here, or maybe he'll do some tweaking later on, and...
Well, and that's fine. We like rookies having to learn as they go,
yes.
And I do not think we'd be doing the gentleman justice if we didn't bag on him like he was a 10-year veteran. So, but I'm sure Eloso Verde thanks you. Thank you.
All right, so let's go over to the next matchup: Wolfpack versus Kelly Panthers. This is another crap show, almost as worse as yours, Rob's. Actually, worse than yours. 109 to 79, Rob. Well, I mean, I would just gloss over real quick, but I think that's nothing. This isn't really nothing to talk about, Rob.
No, there's nothing to talk about here, Sam. We'll come back and bag on both these teams down the line, but when they're playing each other, let's focus on the quality this week. This is. I mean, both these teams have issues.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill should be good in the long run.
Yeah. Hit
Yeah.
those waiver wire guys. Anyway, let's go over to our next matchup.
It ain't gonna help.
The Heart Foundation versus TB12 the Great. Good showing by the Heart Foundation. Kirk Cousins, man, he's really good. TB12 the Great put up 133 points, decent. But the Heart Foundation was just too much.
This is a situation. The one that kills me about Kirk Cousins here, we kind of glossed over him earlier. I mean, that score in that game was not exactly, Kansas City, Pittsburgh territory. It was what? It went into overtime. I think that's where he kind of loaded it up. 57 seems like an awful lot. I mean, I'm not challenging my own scoring rules here, but it's a very sneaky 57. He did get it, and he had a great game. And Kirk Cousins is a fine quarterback, and he's got way more talent in Minnesota than he did out there in Washington, and he looks good. The one thing that stuck out to me, I was actually playing against this mess, was Melvin Gordon. I think he could have scored 100 if he wanted to. Same with Phillip Rivers against Buffalo. They just literally just took mercy on Buffalo.
Well, right? Don't forget, Buffalo, a guy retired at halftime just because he was tired of getting beat.
Oh my Lord!
And you see the upcoming schedule that Buffalo has to deal with. Dude, Buffalo can go 0-16 this year.
Yeah, they absolutely could. I mean, they're on the road the next 2 weeks against the Vikings and the Packers. I mean, owners of Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers licking their chops right now. I mean, Buffalo. It's almost mind-boggling they made the playoffs last year. But back to the teams here. I mean, these two teams are. These are both very good teams, no question. I mean, I like both these teams quite a bit. I think TB12 the Great kind of. He's going to have to fix that running back mess, but
because Ajayi did not practice today. Even though he came back on Sunday, he went out and he came back, but now today he didn't practice, so he'll have to keep up with that.
And I never feel I guess I feel pretty good if I start Alfred Morris and my team still got 133 points. So there's better days ahead.
Yeah.
Alfred Morris, man.
Yeah,
Alfred Morris.
All right, but let's go over to our next matchup: the Bagger, the Bat, and High Rollers. Very close game, 133 to 134. And
can I say that name one more time? Alfred Morris. Why is he playing in the NFL? And why is he playing on a team that's supposed to be like built upon speed? Alfred Morris, man. Okay, now who are we going to, Sam?
Now the Bagger, the Bat, and High Rollers. 133 to 134. Really close game here, and I gotta feel bad for Tate because his kicker same as mine, went out with an injury during warm-ups, so he had 0 points from his kicker. So
I didn't realize that, Sam. That's kind of funny. Well, I'll tell you, the bag of the bad about this point is wishing Alfred Morris was available to help his team out a little bit. He made that game ridiculously close in the inning there, and if it wasn't really for that late push by Russell Wilson to get that thing over there, he pulls this out. So it's I really didn't realize that about the kicker. What a drag. I mean, this game. If I was watching with Michael going back and forth on text, I mean, we weren't sitting together or anything, but we were watching at the same time. It's amazing how close Kay got to stealing that game. Honestly, it was something. And High Rollers held them off with Gurley. Kind of a down week for him. Cam Newton did real well, but I mean, he's got a strong team. He'll be around there.
Sure, and High Rollers got Josh Gordon. Now he's with New England Patriots. I'm sure he's all happy about that too now. He could be,
Well, I'm sure he's going to score. As I was told the other day by Nolan, I mean, he's the best talent they've had there since Randy Moss. Let me explain to you how the Randy Moss situation and the Josh Gordon situation couldn't be further from the same thing. I mean, and anybody that knows, we won't relive it here, but I mean, really. I mean, Randy Moss was pissed because he went to Oakland, which just fries anybody. I get pissed when I got to sit in traffic in that hellhole of a city, much less play for their team. And he got out of there and went to play with like a true professional and a true team, and it was on. I mean, Josh Gordon. I mean, I wish him well, but it's not looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really. I'm not going to say anything bad about him, but I mean, this is not a Randy Moss situation breaking free.
Yeah, nah.
There we go. All right, who we got next?
We got the last matchup. Me and New Denver. Real close match going into the late afternoon game, but New Denver pulled it off. Matt Ryan. He started Matt Ryan. I mean,
Sam, you got 60 points out of your quarterback and you couldn't win?
I couldn't win. I had nothing really impressive out of my running backs. Aaron Rodgers didn't do much for me either. He's still hurt. You can see it,
yeah, you can tell.
But no, it was a good game.
One of the quarterbacks got 57 points.
New Denver did well. So, I can't say nothing bad about that. My defense sucked it up. And, my kicker gave me 0. So, yeah.
Yeah, your kicker gave you 0, and that wasn't going to save you. But it's, 132. It was a decent week out of you. I mean, you got double digits out of everybody outside of Jared Cook, But who knew an Oakland tight end wasn't going to put up 180 yards every week?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, I can't get 265 every week, Rob, right? You know what I mean?
No, Sam. The league appreciates you taking it easy on us from time to time. You and the San Diego Chargers, taking your foot off the pedal helps us out a little bit. The Eagles defense there, man. I think you'll see better days out of that. It was a good game for New Denver. Matt Ryan looked a little bit more like Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs for New Denver. We were watching that game together, Rob. I mean, he was just, oh my gosh, dude.
Well, he's a great player, man. I mean, and you can see the difference between Case Keenum and Kirk Cousins there. And the biggest thing with Diggs is he's always going to be pretty good. It's just, can he stay healthy? And that's going to dog him. But New Denver, this was a pretty entertaining game, really. I mean, I thought you guys played pretty well. You managed your rosters real nicely. I mean, he left a bunch of points on the bench, but in Kelsey, I don't understand why. What's the hatred about Stephon Kelsey? I mean, Stephon Kelsey, the brother of Travis. Travis Kelsey. But then again, if I'm running Keenan Allen, Antonio Brown, and Stephon Diggs, I get it, man.
Yeah.
And you got Emmanuel Sanders over there, too, dude. New Denver's loaded at wide receiver.
He is. Well, I think he was thinking Kelsey didn't do much the first game, and now that Mahomes is throwing it deep, he's not going short anymore to Kelsey. I don't know as that is.
No, I don't think he was thinking that. I think he was thinking Keenan Allen, Brown, and Diggs all had great matchups. And going to Pittsburgh, if you've watched Kansas City play Pittsburgh over the last, 3,000 years, it seems like, they don't necessarily do too well there.
No.
So.
Awesome. Now that was our last matchup for the week. Now, guys, your waivers start tomorrow morning, so get them in. You know, it's always good to donate to the pool, guys. Okay, I mean the pool. So, so thank you for tuning in, Sam, and with me, Rob. Thank you, guys, and good luck this week.
All right, Sam, and remember, Alfred Morris, baby.
Alfred Morris. Alfred.